All right, y'all. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Drop a one in the chat. Drop a one in the chat if you had an excellent day. If you had an excellent day, drop a one in the me myself. All work today as usual. It's a Thursday and wheels are in motion. Business as usual. We are preparing for our 3-day land flipping challenge, which goes down on 3/16. 3/16. Why do we do these events? Why do we do these virtual events? We do these events so we can cater to a mass amount of people all at one time. We get an influx of DMs, we get an influx of people reaching out, and everyone wants individual help. Unfortunately, we can't help everybody individually. We just don't have that type of time. Our work schedule is not conducive to help people one-on-one. So we have these group settings. I like group settings. We have these group settings to where we'll do in-person trainings, we'll do virtual trainings. We have a paid community where we do virtual trainings every Wednesday that we've been doing for 3 years. Let's take it back to the introduction. I don't know where people are with their journey along with the Acre Boys. First of all, comment that word dirt to get yourself registered. Comment dirt to get yourself registered for the 3-day land flipping challenge. Now, at that land flipping challenge, we'll be showing you primarily, we'll be talking about the primary two things that we do. We do two things. Well, we focus on two things. We have a ton of knowledge on a lot of things, but we teach primarily two things. We teach tax deed investing, and we teach something that's called direct to owner. Tax deed investing is what we call entry level investing. Why is that called entry level investing? Because we've been able to identify areas that you can buy properties, whether that be home sites, whether that be mobile homes, or whether that be vacant land. We can buy them from auctions for pennies on the dollar, right? And we've identified areas where we can get involved, depending on the county, for as little as $500, for as little as $1,000. This is why we call it entry level investing. If you don't have those kind of denominations at your disposal, I suggest that you start to save up. This is still real estate. I know we speak it fluid, and I know it sounds attractive when you start hearing numbers $500 to $1,000. This is not across the country. You have to know which areas and which markets offer that. We strategically went out and found those markets so everyday people that have entry-level bank accounts can get involved. Clearly, if you want this to be more lucrative or you want to play in the more expensive area, you have the freedom to do so. Don't think that if you're spending $500 on a piece of land, you're getting it in Melrose Place. Common sense should tell you that. However, don't think that because you're getting it for $500 that there's no value to it or it's not worth anything. That's not true either. We've bought it for as little as $50, and we've always, on those $50 flips, it was 1,600x on the return on our income. So even from those denominations, it just makes sense. If I can show you tomorrow, if you knew you can go out and spend $1,500 on a piece of land that you didn't have to go and see, that you could buy sitting in your home behind your computer, and you can sell it for $5,000, $10,000, or highest $15,000. Question is, would that be something that interests you? Would that be something that you would go and say, I'm participating? That's all that we're talking about here, because it does exist. This is not a hypothetical. This is not something that I chat GBT. This is not something that comes from Google. This is something that we're living currently. This is something that I spent my time today on. I spent a good portion of my day, at least 3 hours, combing through that list that I just mentioned, where we're buying land for $1,500 and we're selling for those denominations that I mentioned. Now, if I'm spending my time 3 hours out of my day combing through that list, the same list that I give my investors in my program, you probably would imagine that there's some value to the list. It's a good list, right? If you know how to participate, if you know how to break down the list, if you know how to evaluate land from a virtual standpoint. It's not the easiest place for new people. That's why, once again, we always suggest mentorship. If any of this makes any sense to you, you can, like some people say, why don't you just tell the people where it's at? Because I'm going to be doing you more harm than help by just telling you. I promise you, if you've never done this place that I'm talking about, if I give it to you, you wouldn't even know what to do with the list. So no, I'm not looking to lean on the audience to say, pay me or else. I'm looking to say, get the education so you won't be paying the price of not getting the education. Because I've seen that happen time and time again. They made mistakes. Now you come to me or you come to us and say, can you fix it? I can't fix it once it happened. We can't reverse that you are the owner now. You now own that bad piece of property. So the way to avoid that is get in front of it and buy it the right way. Someone asked, we've done over 500 land deals. Someone asked, have all deals been successful? And what do you think out of 500 deals? Plus, I don't even know what the number is that we're on these days. But what do you think have all deals been successful? No, they haven't been. Not all of them. But I can't stand firm and say at least 90 to 95% of them have been successful. Yes, there have been a handful of them that we made hiccups on. And it wasn't the dirt's fault. It wasn't the auction fault. It wasn't the homeowner fault that we bought it from them. It was our fault. And this is how you get good at doing the thing, is by being bad at it, by messing it up. So have a first day, right? You can have your first day by attending the 3-day land flipping challenge. Comment the word dirt to register for that land flipping challenge. Have your first day. Come see or hear about this industry that we call hidden in plain sight. Why do we call it hidden in plain sight? Because you're standing on it. Your house is sitting on it. You're interacting with it every day. You're just unaware that you can monetize it. You ride past it every day. It's value. It's all throughout the country. It's if we want to open up new areas to reside at, you'll need to stop here through this space first, through this business first, the land business first. It is the primary asset. All right. So this is how valuable it is. And I want you to be able to make some money. I'm big on money. What's up, Charlie? Charlie is in my Acres community, and he know I like to talk about money. I do. I really like. It's not necessarily that I like to talk about money. I like to talk about things that bring in money, right? I believe we mastered how to spend money. We've done that. We're really good at that. We haven't mastered how to continuously bring in money and grow the money. We haven't mastered that as a culture. That's an actual fact, not an opinion. We've mastered, not my data either, not what I think. The data states that we have mastered spending money. Our dollar is the leading dollar. It comes into our ecosystem and out of our ecosystem faster than a speeding bullet. So we have mastered that. So I try to put things out there that can bring in income. For those that don't want to learn a lesson or ever learn a lesson, then you can let it go out. But you must continuously have it coming in. That's why we use the terminology recirculate money, because the money should circulate and come back in, should stay a while. If that makes sense to you. So comment the word dirt Register for our 3-day land flipping challenge. One thing's for sure is the Acre Boys will be there. Another thing for sure is we will be teaching, and you will get the game. You will get the game. What you do with the game, that's on you. But we will give you the game and the steps for you to take to start. And if you want to swing the bat a lot harder, some people may have bigger budgets coming out the gate. That's when we use our direct to owner philosophy, and we avoid the tax deed philosophy. Not avoid it, never avoid it. Money is money. So that's the wrong thing I said. We don't avoid it. That's when we work these things at the same time, simultaneously. But if you wanted to make bigger money, right? And you say, Ray, I don't want to, I don't want to spend 1,000 to make 3,000. I don't want to spend 1,000 to make 4,000. I want to make 10,000 on a deal. I want to make 20,000 on a deal. Then that's when we go after larger acreage. That's when we go direct to the owners. What is direct to owner? Exactly what it states. That's when we contact landowners in a said county at any given time. This is philosophy that I'm speaking about now by far supersedes tax deed investing. When it comes to a tax sale auction, you're at the mercy of the court. You're at the mercy of when the tax sale auction tells you to bid, what they tell you to bid, how they tell you to bid, and what you can bid on. When we go in direct to owner, we have taken all of that power back. We state when we're ready to offer, when we're ready to go after land. We state where we want the land at. We state how much we want to pay for it. This is how we are able to flip land. Because if I'm going at what the market is telling me to pay, how can I make money? So I have to situate my offer at a price point that will allow me to make money on it. Let me break that down for you. So if there's a market going for $50,000, or 2 acres going for $50,000 in the market, and if I knew I wanted to make money on it, you have to situate the offer up front. So my offer for a $50,000 property, for me, how I like to get it, my offer would be somewhere around $17,000. Now, what am I looking to do by sending out offers? I'm looking to attract someone that's on the market that's interested in selling. And then once I extract those people, we're looking to see if they're looking to entertain our offer. Overall, we're looking for 2 things. 1, for them to entertain the offer. 2, if not, what price point are you willing to entertain? Now the business is starting to get done. They don't necessarily have to entertain the offer. They may say, I am on the market to sell, but I want more. Then we say, let me evaluate the property to see if I'm willing to give more. See, power position. And it's their land, but I'm in the power position. All I have to do is smoke out who's looking to sell. And someone is always looking to sell. Always. I've never seen a time where real estate, no one is looking to sell. Ask yourself that. Have you ever seen a time in real estate that someone isn't on the market to sell? I haven't seen it. This is why we say it's always a good time to do this business, because someone is always looking to sell. When haven't it been a good time to do real estate? The cornerstone of wealthy people in their portfolios have always been real estate, land ownership, houses. There's no house without the land. So we're back to the land, the primary asset. Comment the word dirt. Get yourself registered for our 3-day land flipping challenge. And we're working extremely hard, people. I don't know if you're following the social pages, but we're revving up on social pages and everything else and beyond. We're going one event to another event. Right now, the focus is this event. We made a bond and a pact to ourselves, me and my partner, that we said coming into 2026, we won't let anyone outwork us. And we're doing all right. But we won't let anyone outwork us. You should have the same mentality. How much work are you putting in? Only you can answer that. If you're not seeing the results that you want to see, analyze what you're doing and make the corrections. It's okay. If you want to flip land and you're still on the fence, you're going to have to get over the fence, make a decision, because this is how we move forward, is by making decisions and not being stagnated, right? We have to begin. We all have these thoughts of things that we want to do, but we find that we never get started. Get the thoughts out of your head, put them on paper, start to mark off the list. That's it. Get the thought out of your head. Put the top 3 things that you want to get done on paper and then start to work on them. Let's start to dumb this stuff down so we can get started. It doesn't have to be as hard as we make it. You want to flip land? Flip land. You want to get land to use for personal use? Get land to use for personal. So many people hit us and say, oh, I want land. I want it here. I want it there. And I say, well, what do you want me to do? Get it. I want you to get it. I want you to have it. Should I fly out to your state and go hand pick it for you? That's not going to happen. So we offer things and I say, show up. I had a guy contact me the other day and said that he wanted me to fly out and evaluate some land with him. And then when I said to him, are you covering the cost for that? He said, I would if I had to. So I was supposed to fly out, use my own money, fly to his area and evaluate a piece of land for him. Comment the word dirt, people, and register for our 3-day land flipping challenge. The fastest way for us to help you is virtually. We have done over 500 deals. We have only seen maybe 10 properties in person. And that's only because we wanted to see those properties in person. We have the capability to make great and excellent decisions from a virtual standpoint. We were on our training call last night. One of the investors, she brought a deal to the table and she asked, this is what those training calls are for. Those training calls are for if you're unsure, if you need to use our eyes. And I suggest that you do, because we'll see things that you probably don't see, right? And we did. She brought a deal to the table. It was a 2-acre property that she has a homeowner that's looking to sell, and she wanted to know what my thoughts was on the property. So we started to do an evaluation from a virtual standpoint, and we found things that she didn't see, and she lives in the area and went to see the property. So I say all of that to say that this virtual thing is a real thing. And it works. It has been working for us for years. Somebody might be saying, well, nothing is going to be in person. And I may agree with that. But do you know what you're looking for in person? And how do I be anywhere but still in my house? How do I do that? How do I be everywhere but haven't left my house? So if I really wanted to see something, and yes, I really do want to see properties that I'm buying outside a tax sale auction, properties that I pay for, our rule is anything that we're spending over $5,000 for, someone needs to have seen it. Who do you think the someone is? It's not us. We leverage realtors. They're the professional in the area. You, dear sir or madam, it states here that you work this area. We simply contact them, create a relationship with them, and for them being our eyes and ears, what do? We give them the deal. List this property for me. Now it's mutual benefit. We win, they win. This is how realtors get paid. So now I have a professional eye that works that area. Go out, look at the property, give the evaluation for me. Why does he do that? Because he wants a deal. He needs to bring in income. If the property is no good, he'll tell me it's no good because he won't be able to make money off it and wouldn't want to involve himself in a property that's no good. So this is how I'm everywhere at any given time, but never left the house. So I tell people, you don't even have to get a brain on this. Just stick to the script, stick to the system. It works. What's the system? Somebody's saying, Ray, what's the system? The system is behind the door. It's behind the closed door. All right, comment the word dirt. Make sure you register for the 3-day land flipping challenge. We'll be opening or giving a glimpse of what the behind the closed door is. So you can begin to start land investing. So you could start to position yourself. I promise you, if you start to understand what I'm talking about and you implement what I'm talking about, just ponder this question. What if everything that I'm saying actually works exactly how I'm saying it? Can you stand a chance to miss out on that? If so, then don't register. If you can't stand a chance, then register. When we were coming up with some guys that we were working with, right, a couple of years back, and we were kind of just coming onto the scene, and they were way far ahead of us. They were showing us the ropes, social media, and all of those things. And, we didn't even know how to put a course together. They showed us all of this stuff, right? And we had to fly out a lot of different places. And it was like sometimes spur of the moment. So we were on, let's just say it was a Wednesday. We were in Virginia. I remember like the back of my hand. We were in Virginia. It was a Wednesday. They get a phone call Wednesday evening, like 6, 7 o'clock, and state, we have an event going on in California. Y'all should probably be there. X, Y, and Z is going to be there. You should probably put yourself there. They said, we're there. We're going. Drop of a dime, they started to book flights. Me and Jay standing there in Virginia. We're from New York. We had drove down to Virginia to do a content day with them. And then they said to us, just got a call that we got to go to California. Y'all invited if y'all want to go. And we say, when is it? Like anybody would, right? When is it? Next Monday? Mind you, it's Wednesday. When is it? Monday, Tuesday? No, it's tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning? Damn, bro. Well, you start trying to come up with all reasons why you can't do a thing, right? Not knowing that thing might just be the thing that move you forward. So, tomorrow morning? Yes, tomorrow morning. His exact words to me was exactly what I said to you. If you could afford to miss out on a potential $1 million deal, stay home. But if you can't afford to miss out on a potential $1 million opportunity, I suggest you book your flights and meet us at the airport. And that's what I pose to you, because this has helped and changed someone's life that's inside of my program. The question is, when are you going to allow it, or potentially? I always use the word potential because this is loaded with potential. And I say potential because this may not work for you, because you may not be the person that works it. That's why I use the word potential. When I got a hold of this information, I just kept going and never stopped. What makes me different from you? Nothing, except that I never stopped. I had a first day and I never stopped. That's the difference. Someone said the other day, family member said, every time I turn on social media, I see the Acre Boy's face on there. Well, what's the difference between us and you in that regard? We have to record the video. We have to upload the video. We have to come up with the scripts for it. The same way everybody else has the same opportunity to do the same exact thing. We just made a decision that we won't be outworked. We just made a decision that it's go time, it's go mode, and we won't take answer or be denied. So when you start to move like that, things will start to shift and things will start to happen. Regardless of what we're talking about, land, now we're talking in general, whether the subject is land, whether the subject is you was wanted to be a pianist, whatever it is. It's too much friction in between where you're starting from and where you're trying to get to. Remove the friction. What's the friction? TV, social media, friends that don't do shit or serve you. Remove all the friction from you and the end goal and focus on. Now you see where I'm going? You have to focus straight. Some people say there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Some of you ain't even in the tunnel. Comment the word dirt. Put yourself in the room around some good energy. I promise you, you're going to get this kind of energy all year long. I made a promise to myself that I will not be denied. I made that promise to them, and I promise you, you will constantly see this name in these faces. You will constantly see them somewhere on your screen because we will not be denied. We will not fumble. We will not drop the ball. And I'm just looking to extract those like-minded people that move and think how I think and how we move. That's it. If that's not you, politely, no disrespect, politely find someone else that does it for you. I love you still, regardless. Culturally, I want us to win. But if we are not it for you, that's okay. But if we are, I appreciate all the support. Continue to support because I really want this message to do what we set out to do. And that is to influence and encourage us culturally that this is a smart thing to participate in. And I don't care how we participate in, whether it's through my program or whether you're doing this singly on your own, this is a smart thing to do. Culturally, you should have alternative ways to feed yourself. Stop me when I'm lying. All right. She said, where can I get the, Phil said, where can I get the merchandise from? The merchandise, where are you on YouTube? Let me see if I can send you a link for the merchandise page. Let me see if I can find it. It's in my link tree. If you can go to my YouTube, you see my link tree up there. The merch, it's really good quality too. So go check it out on the site. It's really good quality. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the support. I'm going to cut out. It is 9 o'clock, and I do want to shut it down this evening. But come do some business with us. And the way to do that is 3/16. This Monday, the kickoff night starts. 3/16, we'll be having our 3-day land flipping challenge, our last virtual class. We brought in a handful of investors who are entering their last week of they had a 6-week training class with the Acre Boys really well. That training class, we take you from the beginning all the way to the end. They're headed into their last week. I'm eager to see what investor does what leading are coming out of that group. I want you to be a member of the new group that comes in after this 3-day land flipping challenge. But you have to first get yourself registered. How this works, once you comment dirt, please check your DM. Please check your DM. If you are on YouTube, I'll personally send, or someone from my team will personally send you the link because we can't automate YouTube. Facebook and Instagram, check your direct message or your inbox. You have received if you commented dirt, you received a link. It's going to say, are you looking to join the 3-day land flipping challenge? Say yes. It'll send you the registration link. Get yourself registered. Then once you are registered, it'll ask you, do you want to upgrade to VIP? This is a free event. VIP is not free. This is a free event. It'll ask you, do you want to upgrade to VIP? VIP is $47, only $47. The special thing about VIP is those members will get an hour-long Q&A session with the Acre Boys. In that session, you'll get to ask us whatever you like to ask us. We'll be live on Zoom. You can talk directly to us. We'll talk directly back to you. So upgrade to VIP once you get registered by commenting dirt. All right. And that is how we can help a large amount of people all at one time. And we stay and we stick around till every answer is fulfilled. All right. So comment dirt for the last time and spread the word. We want everyone to hear about what this industry offers. I really do, so they can make decisions. That's the best thing that people can do for themselves is make decisions. Say, yes, Ray, I'm with you, or say, no, Ray, not at this time, not for me. And that's all good. All right. So Joy, get yourself some rest. It's late, and let's re-gear and let's restart. Tomorrow we'll be right back. Jay will be on in the morning with a live. He covers the morning. There's a system. I don't know if y'all picked up on that. We have a system. He covers the morning. I cover the evening. All right, y'all. Peace. Love.